Hello, I'm Jo Jackson and I'm going to give you an overview of our new UK DRI Directors Initiative. To give you a bit of background, I joined Imperial Dementia Research Institute about a year ago, and prior to that I was studying and investigating Alzheimer's disease in the pharmaceutical industry. After 8 years in industry, I realised that there is still a great deal we do not know about the development and the progression of Alzheimer's disease. And this makes it difficult to develop effective treatments. So, the Multiomics Atlas project aims to bridge this gap. Firstly, in increasing our understanding of the disease. Secondly, in identifying novel therapeutic targets. And thirdly, in developing an open science platform to make these data available for researchers in the field. We know that many neurodegenerative disorders, including Alzheimer's disease, are a complex interaction of genes, environment, and aging. And how these interact is not completely understood, and this makes it difficult to identify novel therapeutic targets and biomarkers which then can be used to diagnose and track the progression of the disease. The complex interaction of the genes, environment, and aging is also complicated further in that many different cell types are involved. There are misfolded proteins, and also different regions of the brain are affected at different stages of the disease. And the Multiomics Atlas project aims to build up a bigger picture to understand all these components. To do this, we will use a multiomic approach. That is, we will look at different stages of gene expression and how the genes are then translated into proteins. And then by looking at these and comparing them with what we know about the pathology, that is the misfolded proteins and how the cell types are affected, we can then start to build up a bigger picture of the disease, of the development of the disease and how it progresses over time. As I touched upon, this will also be done on an open science platform. So we will develop a resource available to other researchers in the field so that they can access our data and do their own analyses on the data. In addition, the brain samples that we will use, the post-mortem brain samples that we will use, will be made available as well to other researchers in the field, so they can also do their own experiments on the same pieces of tissue and compare their data with the data that we have generated. We do this in collaboration with the brain banks. They collect the post-mortem brain tissue and prepare the samples for us. We also we have a large team at Imperial DRI, and this includes a range of people from those doing the lab work to bioinformaticians and others to enable the smooth running of the Multiomics Atlas project. We collaborate widely across the Dementia Research Institute as well, using the expertise from the other centres of the DRI. And we also have international collaborations with other pharmaceutical companies and with institutes in the US and in Canada and in Europe. So what we aim to do is to build up this greater understanding of Alzheimer's disease and the pathology behind Alzheimer's disease, so that the field can then really move forward in identifying and developing new therapeutic interventions for the disease, which will ultimately benefit the aging population.